So good evening to all, and today we are going to recreate one project. Okay, so we have seen already in our past class, that is food quantity calculator. Okay, so I'm going to recreate that that project. Okay, so let's see what are the tables are needed and how to process that, and what are the operators and what are the conditions, and what are the functions needed for creating that project. Okay, so let's see. Then after that, I'll give some projects. Okay, so try to complete that and submit tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so first, I'll explain what are the process in that project. Okay, so what are the key features, or what are the steps in that project. Then after that, we will try to recreate that project. Okay, so okay, so I have that project in a foodie. Okay, so I have saved my query in the procedure form, right? So if you want to open your procedure, you have to click programmability, and after that store procedure. Okay, so we will see how to create a procedure in our upcoming classes. Okay, and before that, you just do some queries. Okay, so with the help of our past classes. Okay, so here today and this including that is my project, right? um, okay, it's opening. Yeah, first I'll run this, and we'll see what are the columns we needed. Then after that, I will explain. Here I have used only two tables. Okay, first I will run this and check what are the columns we needed. Okay, so we need dish name, ingredients, and quantity. Okay, these three columns are okay. We need for the recreation, right? So we need a dish name and ingredient and also quantity. Okay, so we have uh, two type of tables. One is main dish. Okay, so another one is ingredient. Okay, so first see what are the data in main dish. And here we have only five records. Okay, so here I have inserted only the biryanis. Okay, and we have the main dish name. Okay, so that is biryani, and we have four columns, right? A dish name, that is this number, and this name, dish added date, and a dish type. This type means it indicates the main dish. Okay, so it's like a parent and child concept. Okay, so here I have added uh, the biryani is a main dish name, and here we have mutton biryani, chicken, quail, and mushroom also. Okay, and these are the sub the idea of the main biryani. Okay, Okay, so you can see here, and mutton biryani is a subproduct of biryani, right? So here I have a put one, and a chicken also the sub dish of from biryani, and that is also one, and quail also the sub dish from biryani, and that's also one, and mushroom biryani also sub dish from biryani, and here I have also put a one, right? Okay, so this is the main dish. That's all. If you want to add some more items like um, whatever you want, you can add here. Okay, so then I will see one more table. Okay, so here I have only using two tables for create that entire project, right? And first one is main dish, and second one is ingredients. Okay, and here we have some more columns. Okay, so ingredient ID and the dish name. Okay, then dish number, and also ingredients and quantity in grams and quantity in kg and quantity person. Okay, so here I have inserted uh, for these ingredients for a single person. Okay, and the data. Okay, so let's see. You can see here that I have added only. Okay, so I have changed and added only the only one column in button biryani and chicken mushroom quail, because so the other ingredients are same, right? So the difference is if you are putting mutton into the biryani, that is mutton biryani, and if you are putting chicken into the biryani, and that is chicken. If you are giving mushroom or quail, and that is pure biryani. Okay, so that's why I'm giving like this. Okay, so the ingredients are same. Okay, so it reduces our records, because if you have to add uh, these 24, I think so, 24 columns into each biryani, and it takes more than 100 column 100 rows, right? And here we have only 27 rows. Okay, so I'm going to call these ingredients, and after that, if the user chooses mutton biryani, and it goes and select the chopped mutton, and that is to added into the ingredients. Okay, so but here I'm using union operator to add this mutton biryani and biryani, both items. Okay, then here you can see here, and biryani is dish id is 1, and mutton is dish id 2, and the chicken is 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, so uh, I have joined it by using this dish number. Okay, clear? And here the same quantity in grams, and also same quantity in kg. Okay, so the 100 grams is equal to 0.1 kg, right? The zero point 0.5 grams is equal to 0.0005 kgs. Okay, so if the grams greater than 1000, and it automatically chooses this column. Okay, so that's why I have given quantity in grams and also quantity in kg, and these entire ingredients for only one person. Okay, so that's why we are easily to multiply them. Okay, if we need 1,000, uh, if we need 1,000 quantity, we can add easily, right? We can multiply easily, right? So let's do the project, and I'm going to scripting those table. Okay, so the scripting means you can easily script means query. Okay, so you can easily take your query for the existing table. Okay, so you can get the scripting query, and you can create that query into separate table or separate database. You can copy and create new table with the same properties of existing table by using scripting concept. Okay, so let's see how to do that. And I'm going to click tables in foodie. Okay, so here I'm going to create a separate database, and I'm going to feed these data into that database. Okay, then here I have used only two tables. Okay, so one is ingredient and another one is main dish. First, I'm going to take the script. Okay, so you have to click this, and by right clicking your mouse, and the window will be like this. Okay, and here we have an option script table as. Okay, so here you have some queries. Okay, if you select to, if you are clicking this query, you can fetch the data from your table, and this is helps to insert your query, and this is helps to update your query, and this is helps to delete your query. And now we are going to create a new table. Okay, so the you have to click create and new query editor window. Okay, so it takes maximum 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, okay, we get the table script. Okay, so you can see here the create table and main dish, this is the same name. Okay, if you want the same name, you can fix and run this. If you don't want, you can change it, right? So here we have a dish number, dish name, a dish adder, and in SQL probably we can use the square brackets for indicating the columns and data types. Okay, so that is not compulsory, right? So if you are getting the script from your SQL, and if your DBMS, and the script will look like this. Okay, and first it gives use footy, and it automatically gives the database name, and here set quartered identifier on go, and this all are not needed. But if you are taking from SQL, and it gives these details. Okay, so don't worry about that, and you can use as it is what we have discussed in our past class. Okay, so just like create table and open and close parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis you can pass your entire column and that data type. Okay, so here if you're taking from SQL, and the query will be like this. Okay, and here I'm going to create a new database. Okay, so here I type new database. We already know. Okay, so we already know we can select the separate lines, and we can run separately. Okay, so create database, and here I'm going to give footy 4 p.m. Okay, so I'm going to create our database, that is footy 4 p.m., and I'm going to select that entire line and going to give a file, right? So now we get the database. The database has created. Okay, so I have deleted that line, and here I'm going to change use command into, that is footy into footy batch copy batch, right? I think so. Okay, so yeah, I'll check that databases. Yeah, that is footy food 4 p.m. Okay, that is food 4 p.m. Yeah, so I'm going to run this. So invalid object date. What is here? So that is procedure. Okay. So we need to give here. Yeah, we need to give the footing, that is food 4 p.m. in table creation, right? Food 4 p.m. That's all. Yeah, food 4 p.m. I'm going to run this. Yeah, the commands completed successfully. Okay, so now we have created the table, the same table we have in foodie. Okay, so I'm going to refresh the server, and now we check the foodie one database. So that is foodie 4 p.m. database. and here we have main dish table, right? Okay, next I'm going to close this. No, and here, so we have two tables, right? So I'm going to recreate one more table, that is ingredients. It's loading. Yeah. And this is in footy database. Okay, so I'm going to recreate the ingredients table. Okay, so right click that and script table as, then create to, then new query editor window. Yeah, and here simple, you have to change your database. Okay, and instead of foodie I'm going to give 4 p.m. food 4 p.m. Okay, that's all. So I'm going to run this. Now we have created both tables into food 4 p.m. database. Okay, let's check and click database, and here we have food 4 p.m. and here we have tables. Now you can see here we have ingredients and main dish in food 4 p.m. table. Okay, so the next step is we need to feed the items. Okay, so before that we'll check the tables from select star from, what is that, main underscore dish, that is my main dish table. I'm going to run this. Yeah, we have dish number, dish name, dish added, and dish type. Okay, so here I have declared this name, this number in identity. Okay, so while copying we have not give any value in here. Okay, so just we have to give the values in dish name, dish adder, and dish type, right? So I'm going to fetch the data from foodie table, and then I'm going to feed into food 4 p.m. database. Okay, so here, so now you can see here, so the database in foodie, right? So select star from main dish. I'm going to copy this, copy with headers. Okay, then so I'm going to, yeah, new Excel sheet, and we have one more option also. So we can add the data, or we can copy the data by one database into another database and one table into another table. Okay, so we'll see how to copy the tables into another table. So okay, so we will see in upcoming classes. First, here I'm going to feed the data. Okay, so let's, so I have copied those data. Okay, so I'm going to paste here. We have get the 4 columns with the data. Okay, so here you don't need these column data. Okay, so but you have to copy the empty data. Okay, done. So I have copied this. Then I'm going to click Object Explorer. Then here we have put 4 p.m. right. We need to right click this and give edit top 200 rows. Yeah, and click here, then paste it. Okay, we have feeded the details. Okay, then so let's check. We have the main disk and sub disk details in here, right? So and this is no problem because we have not used this added date. Okay, then then the next step is we are going to retrieve the data from ingredients table. Okay, so click here. Okay, then right click, copy with headers, paste. Okay, so I'm going to paste here. Copy with headers, going to paste here. Okay, so now we have that the entire detail, right? So we don't needed that, and it's going to copy the entire detail. Okay, so now I'm going to click the ingredients table and right click on that and edit top 200 rows. Okay, click here, simple, paste it. Now the data are feeded. Okay, let's check. Instead of main dish, I'm going to check ingredients. Now we have details in here, right? So some of the details are not added. Okay, so we going to find them because here we have one, two, three, four, five null values. Okay, so remaining are added, no problem. And here we have five nulls because let's check. Okay, here we have some zeros, right? That's why uh, it takes a null value. Okay, so we have to check before we will going to feed the detail. Okay, so now we have to change the null into values. Okay, this is from footy, we don't need that. We have to close the window, and this is also we don't need that. And here we are going to insert the data, right? Okay, so first we have to find the data. What are the records or have null? Okay, and here where dish underscore number is null. Okay, so we have five values. Okay, the dish name is biryani. Okay, then the biryani dish number is one, right? So we have to add here. Okay, so we have to add one here, right? And here I'm going to do some update query. Okay, so I'll update. I will explain later. Okay, so in clearly what is update query, and now I just update that. Okay, so update here you have to give your table name. After that you have to give set, right? So you have to use set for setting the column, right? Here I'm going to set dish number, that is dish number. Then here I pass one for this number, right? That's all. So the 5 rows have affected. So let's check. Let's check. So we don't have any null value in this number, right? So I'm going to delete this. Now we get the disk number detail, right? Okay. So let's do the query. And now I'm going to type select from main dish. Okay. Then I give the list name, that is A, and then here we have to join both tables, right? And here I'm doing I'm giving left join. Okay, then here ingredients done, and give B. Okay, on A dot this number, okay, equal to B dot this number. Okay, so this number is a common column between main dish and ingredient. I'm going to run this now. Okay, now the both tables have connected or have joined. Okay, then here I'm going to sort the table names first. We need uh, A dot this name. Okay, so then comma B dot ingredients, right? So we need dish name and ingredients, then quantity. Okay, then QTY, we need a quantity in grams and also QTY, and we need quantity in kgs. Okay, so we need these 4 columns, right? I'm going to run this. So now we get the dish name, that is biryani and mutton biryani, chicken, quail, mushroom, whatever it has. Okay, and ingredients also, then quantity in grams and quantity in kg. Okay, so now we have connected two tables. Okay, so we have connected the tables, and we get what column name we want, right? Then the next step is uh, you have to pass what this name you are going to prepare or you are going to calculate, right? Here where this name, okay, I'm going to do biryani, right? So here you have to give biryani. Run this. You don't have this name. What happened here? So you have to specify. Okay, we have to specify them because we have this name in both columns, so that is both tables. Okay, so Python get confusing what table they are we are declaring here. Okay, so we need to give the table name. Okay, so here A is the alias name of main dish, and here I'm going to fetch the table the field from main dish. That's why I'm giving A dot dish name equal to BN. Okay. And here we have get the ingredients for biryani. Okay. And next, here I have to define what biryani I'm going to make. Right? Okay. So let's give uh, A dot dish name equal to, that is mutton, okay, underscore biryani. So let's check. So it returns any record. It not returns any record. The reason is, so here we have only one field name, that is dish name, right? And that field we have a declared both values, biryani and mutton biryani. Okay, and that's why it gives like that. Okay, so if you want to print both, and you can give or. So now you get the mutton biryani also. Okay, so next, so we get both details. That is, dish name is biryani, and this A dot dish name, that is mutton biryani. Okay, here I gave or. That's why it's printing both. Okay, then here I have to pass the dish name in variables by using variables. Okay, so here in Python, we have to use a symbol in front of variables. Okay, so first we have to declare the variable. Okay, so by using declare operation operator, now we can declare the variable. That declare at variable name. Okay, so that is dish. Then you have to specify, or you have to mention what data type the variable is. Okay, here and give envar character and maximum. Then here we are going to declare two variables. Okay, one is dish and another one is sub dish. Sub dish. Done. And envar character. Okay, now you have to set the values for dish and sub dish. Set at, I'm going to first set biryani, then set. Now you can set your sub dish. Then here it is mutton underscore biryani. So that's all. Here now you can pass the variables here, right? And add sub dish, and here you have to pass the main dish name. That's all. So now we get the same results. Okay. So I'm going to give order by um, ingredients. Yeah. Okay. So now you can see here chopped mutton. Okay. Uh, if I change mutton into chicken, so we get chopped chicken, right? And it changes. So we have filtered by using variables, right? And the next step. So we have printed dish name and ingredients and quantity in kg. Okay, and the next step, you have to print this entire field into your sub dish name. Okay, because you are going to prepare chicken biryani, right? So here also you have to print the same chicken biryani into the entire record. Okay, so let's do that. And here I'm going to go select star from. Okay, so I'm going to make these two lines into subquery, right? So just give select star from open bracket, and here I'm going to remove this order by. can give this order by in outside. Okay, so now you can see clear. I have made this query into subquery. Okay, I just select star from and this query. Okay, so it gets the entire data from this name, ingredients, quantity, and quantity in kg. Okay, so here you have to give a name. I just give a. Okay, so now I'm going to run this. So now you get the same results, right? Okay, here I'm going to change the column values. Okay, so I have to print the chicken biryani, or I have to print the sub dish name in entire record, right? So by doing that, just give sub dish, and this is my variable, right? And you have to give the alias name for that. So it is underscore name. That's all. I'm going to run this. Now you get a chicken biryani card, right? Then give comma, and next step is ingredients, right? You just pass ingredients. Okay, here you don't uh, pass the b dot ingredients. You just give ingredients. That's all. Okay. Okay. So now we get ingredients, right? Then after that, we have to calculate. Okay, see here, we are going to calculate the grams and kgs, right? So I'm going to give some spaces, and or I'm going to give the line spaces, and here we'll do the calculation. Okay, first I give case, then when. Okay, so then when, and after the I'm going to check the quantity in grams is greater than, if the quantity in grams is greater than the value. Okay, then the quantity in kg will works, right? So I have to do that, right? So then here I'm going to create one more variable, that is quantity, and this quantity for the person quantity, right? And here I'm going to declare that value like into integer. That's all, right? And here I'm going to set at qty equal to 100. That's all. So now we are going to multiply the quantity into quantity in grams. Okay, and first I'm going to multiply quantity in, sorry, quantity in grams into the person quantity, right? Because in the in this table we have given the ingredients for single person, right? If you want 100% quantity, sorry, 100 persons detail or 100% ingredients, okay, you have to pass, or you have to multiply the variable human quantity into quantity in grams, right? And now I'm going to give parenthesis for that, and here I'm going to check the value is greater than 1000. If the value is greater than 1000, then I'm going to do, or I'm going to print quantity in kgs and multiplies of at quantity. Okay, then Here I'm going to give else. Okay, so then I'm going to copy this. I just paste here. Else, if that quantity is not greater than 1000, and it simply prints the multiplication factor of grams and quantity. That's all. Then end, and here you have to give the name, and I'm going to give just ingredient quantity. That's all. So now I'm going to run this. So we get the value, right? So we get ingredient quantity. Okay. So now here I'm going to add kg and grams. Okay. Um, so by doing that, I have to convert the float value into NVAR character value, right? Because now I'm going to add like a string concatenation here. Okay. So I'm going to convert the entire value into NVAR character, comma. Here I'm going to give okay. That's all, and plus add kg. Okay, just kg. Then else statement. If the quantity in grams is lesser than 1000, here I'm going to add g for grams, right? So before that, I'm going to convert this and var character, then max, and after that pass comma, then here just you plus, then you space, then pause g, g for grams, right? So now I'm going to run this. You can get here the refined oil 10 kg and coconut oil 10 kg and cloves 50 grams and bay leaf 15 grams 25 grams. Okay, so we get the exact value. Okay, so now we have calculated uh, the ingredients regarding to the person, right? So here we are going to add one more feature, that is rice. Okay, so here I'm going to add uh, one more variable, rice. Okay, and that is NY character max, and here I'm going to set a value, that is for rice equal to here I'm going to pass basmati, right? So and we have converted this and give some name for that. Okay, then in ingredients, so we have to change the rice into basmati rice, right? So I'm going to delete this, give case, then when. Okay, and each case is represent each column. Okay, then case when ingredients equal to rice. Okay, so when the ingredients getting rice value, then prints at rice plus at rice plus give some spaces and plus ingredient, that is rice, right? Because if the ingredient equal to rice, we added the ingredient and ingredient has a rice value, right? And give else. So else for the remaining columns, okay, and the else for where the ingredient is not equal to rice, okay. It the else reference sorry, the else is for that, and here I am going to give ingredients. That's all. If the ingredient has rice value and it's do that logic, okay. So if the ingredients field is not having rice, okay. So the remaining values prints as it is in the table, okay. Then here you have to give end, and I'm going to give the alias name same ingredients. That's all. We have done our first project in SQL. Yeah. So now you can see here. So we have a dish name that is chicken biryani and ingredients and ingredient quantity also. So let's check the rice. The rice is basmati, right? So here I'm going to change the value basmati into C Raga Samba. Okay, that is Samba rice. Okay, Samba is for I say. So now you can see here it gives Siraga Samba rice. Okay, we have done our first project. Okay, then here I'm going to order by ingredients. Done. So now we get the ordered ingredients value. Done. Okay, so here I'm going to change basmati. So now you can see here the rice is changed into basmati, right? So here, if you are giving what value you are giving here, it simply connects that value into rice. And here I'm going to give car, and you can see here that is car rice. And here I'm going to give bike, and it gives bike rice, right? And I simply change into basmati. Then so now we have solved our first project in SQL. Okay. So do you have any doubts regarding that project? Anybody? Do you want this query? If anyone want this query?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'll share in the group, and also I will share some projects regarding SQL. Okay. So try to submit on tomorrow or day after tomorrow, right? Okay. And thank you all.
Thank you, sir.